got one here for raising your status, and this can go a lot of different ways for whatever your strengths are as a man. So I'll give you some examples here. Is be in your zone of genius. And what I mean by that, and I'll give you a contrasting point of view, is I love to golf. And I'm out on the golf course a lot, out on the driving range, trying to improve my craft. I have a lot of women that they know I golf a lot. So they'll text me, can you take me golfing with you? I just want to ride along in the cart with you and watch you golf. So when I go to my local golf course, I have never golfed with somebody randomly that is better than me. My brother is a great golfer. My dad's a great golfer. But when I get randomly paired up, there's never a better golfer than me at my local course yet. I mean, I'm sure they're out there, but I've never golfed with one. So when I bring girls now along with me on the cart, so she'll just sit in the cart. I'll let her walk out to the greens and pretend like she's helping me read the greens or whatever. But, we'll be drinking beers in the carts, having some fun, listening to music. Now it's my turn to tee off. And I'm in my zone of genius there. So I'm hitting a good shot down the fairway. And the guys around me golfing with me are like, wow, what a great shot. The girl doesn't have to know anything about golf, but the reactions around me, she starts to go, this guy's good. And so you become high status in your zone of genius. So when I'm golfing, right, there's a couple holes down, I make a birdie, make a couple pars, and I've had this multiple times. Guys that are just randomly golfing with me, they look at me like, are you a pro? There's like a professional tournament coming up. You should register. And the girl's hearing all of this. And now she's looking at me like, whoa, I thought that was a good shot, but he must be really good. She's watching all these other guys make bad shots, duff it here and there and all that. And my zone of genius can be golf. So she sees me successful at something. We can still have fun. We can party in the cart. And then I go out and smack a great drive. And she's like, ooh, that's impressive. I'll contrast that with, I love all sports, but I stopped playing baseball in about sixth grade. I have a lot of buddies that are great baseball players. They were high school baseball players, college baseball players. And so we'll have some softball leagues randomly where they might text me, hey, Adam, we need an extra for the softball team. Do you want to join? Now, I'm not a great baseball player. I enjoy the sport, but I'm not great at it compared to everyone else. Do you think I ever invite a girl to come watch my softball game when I'm one of the worst players on the team? Absolutely not. So that's an example of, if you find your zone of genius, you can actually get girls to come along for the ride, and they see you in that zone where you're excelling and you become high status without the money, without the fame, without all that stuff, because your peers around you talk you up just on their reactions. Oh, what a great shot. All of that. So that's another example of find your zone of genius, and you can bring women into that with you.
Yeah, and surprise them, fellas. Don't tell them, surprise them.
Yes.
You have to
That's a
surprise
great
them.
point.
So say if you're a great outdoorsman, she doesn't know. You decide to go camping with her, and all of a sudden you know how to start a fire, you're catching fish. You know how to be in a survival situation. She had no idea about this. Do you realize how sexually attracted she is to you in that moment now? Your status has now risen. Become an expert in a field. Doesn't have to be all fields, fellas. Become an expert in one thing, but also be fairly good at everything else. At least be fairly good at everything else you do. You don't have to be the best, but be the best at something. And do not tell her. It's always best to surprise her. You never want to brag to a woman. So if that girl asked, texting Prince, oh, are you a pretty good golfer? He probably would have responded with something along the lines of, well, I'd say I'm okay.
That's
Right?
exact. That's exactly what I say. I'm like, I'm all right. I go,
I'm not
my
bad.
dad still kicks my butt, but I'm all right.
Yeah.
And
I'm not bad. Right.
yeah, exactly. And then
Mhm.
another thing on the golf course, this happens naturally too, is when other players see me doing really well, I'll have guys after 4 or 5 holes and they go, hey, can you look at my swing and give me a few pointers?
Mhm.
And or I'll watch them putt and I'll be like, man, I could help them out with just this little tip. And now I'm actually instructing these men, these older men. A lot of these guys I golf with are older than me, and they're looking at me like, wow, thank you for that. And now I become an authority figure on the golf course. And it wasn't something that I planned to do, but that is,
Mhm.
you are the highest status person in that entire area, and women pick up on that. They notice that.
This is Sparta!